Next up, we've got the game between Everton and Wigan. Been a big week for Everton in the transfer market. They finally sold Joleon Lescott after all the fuss about his move to Manchester City. It's gone through. First of all, Steve, that's possibly a good bit of business at 22 million quid, but no, you're not sure about that.
I am sure.
You
It's an absolutely brilliant bit of business.
I thought it was a fantastic price.
Unbelievable. For a centre-half,
Yeah.
who's a good centre-half. Not a world-class centre-half, but a good centre-half.
It's not Franco Baresi, is he? I mean, do you think they've got time to go out and spend that type of money before the window closes?
I think so. 20, 22, 24 million, they'll be burning a hole in their pocket. So, yeah, I think that this didn't happen overnight.
No.
He's had 3 or 4 weeks to have a look around, David Moyes, so I would be very, very surprised. And they did this last year, didn't they? They got 1 or 2 in, Fellaini right at the death.
Yeah, that's right.
And 1 or 2 others. So
if they used preempted it, then they should know what's coming.
They used to work into a late budget, and they would have known that, you know, this rumbled on for nearly 5 weeks, I think.
Yeah.
So he's had 5 weeks to make some sort of, you know, have a little look around.
More importantly, I suppose, on this game for punters, there was no doubt that the whole Lescott situation had affected the Everton dressing room.
That's the margins you're working to, because a lot of Everton, you know, their success is built on that unity and that team spirit.
As soon as you sell a guy like that, do you immediately get that unity back?
Gone, yeah.
Yeah. So do you
I don't want to sit next to you if you don't want to play for my team.
Do you think the atmosphere will be better this weekend in that
better.
dressing room?
Yeah, not because he's a bad lad or anything like that. Just because, as I say, you only want people who are all pulling in the same direction.
And that spirit was so crucial for Everton last year because of the way they play.
Well, I mean, it helped them to overperform, didn't it? I mean, we all know that you know, let's be honest, on paper they're never ever a top 5 side. But you know, with good management, they worked extremely hard. They're well organised, and everyone, almost to a man, played at the top of their game.
So if Everton have got some of their spirit back this week, Steve, with that move, and they're hosting a team who lost 4-1 at Blackpool this week, does that make Everton a good bet?
I think so. I think Everton will be okay in this one. I think we're going to be in for a long, hard season.
And Wigan did make a lot of changes, we should say, in that game at Blackpool.
It still doesn't matter. I mean, you bring
still
people
lost 4-1 to Blackpool, haven't you?
Hold on a minute, right. I come into a game, I'm not part of the first team, I come into a game like that at Blackpool, and we should have really the reverse effect. You should go and win those games. You know, I could understand if the first team played and maybe got beat at Blackpool, not 4-1, but got beat, because it's not the biggest game in the world and they've got a big premiership. When you've got a squad players coming in who've got something to prove, and they're going to get beat 4-1 by Blackpool, then you've got problems.
Yeah, it certainly looks that way. I was surprised when I saw the price on this game, I must admit. I thought Everton would be maybe 4-6 to win, something like that. They're available at 4-5. Good price, I think. That's our first bet on the match. Wigan, I should say, if you fancy them, they're 17-4. The draw, which will attract some people, because let's remember Everton haven't had good results so far. The draw's available at 13-5. The second bet is on under 2.25 goals. If you fancy under 2.5, it's available at odds-on price. So we've gone on under 2.25 goals, which is available at 26-25. And as long as there are 2 goals or fewer in the match, then you'll make a profit.